Hey, what's up everyone? Rossi, the guy with the eye, here with you today to talk about the new 2015 MacBook. So I was away on a gig and I didn't have necessarily a chance to react to this, to the full release and everything like that of the new 2015 MacBook. It's gold, it's silver, chrome, sky, whatever all the colors are and everything like that. But is this little guy, is this new innovation by Apple really a functional full-time laptop, or is it a glorified iPad? I was able to get hands-on to my friend's new MacBook because he's really an Apple head, and it's one of the things where he's got to order the newest thing. He got the iWatch, the iWatch, all that kind of stuff. All money aside, I'm gonna go through the pros and cons that I noticed of playing with this thing for about maybe a day or so, and just give my final thoughts on it and if it can really be functional for photography or for your videography editing. So I'm gonna start with some pros, and then one of the biggest pros, it is extremely portable. It weighs about 2 pounds, a little under 2 pounds, something like that. It's a 12-inch Retina screen. It is absolutely gorgeous looking, and it's about 13.1 millimeters thick, so it's actually really strong. So with its screen, with its portability, that's probably the two biggest things. It's got a decent, it's rated to be about a 9-hour battery life, so that's not terribly bad and all that kind of stuff. It's got an 8 gigabyte LPDDR3 gigabytes of RAM, so that's not terrible for everyday general use and all that kind of stuff. And it has either a 256 gigabyte or 512 gigabyte storage that you can get when you buy this. So, is that something that you're really looking forward to? My friend got the base model. But unfortunately, with those just specs alone, and what it comes with and the colors and everything like that, by the way, the gray metal and the gold do look pretty damn cool if you don't, if you ask me. But there are a lot of cons, and that's unfortunate because I was excited. I was looking to maybe stop using my iPad and to upgrade or to get a more of a laptop, because right now I'm traveling with my iMac. While it's great, it's strong, it's fast, it's not necessarily the easiest and most portable. But once again, you pay what you get for. So for this, what are you paying? And this is why this is one of the biggest cons as well, is because these MacBooks, 2015 MacBooks, new, start from $1,200 or $1,300 all the way up to $1,600 out of the box without customization. That's a lot of cash. And the processing isn't really good out of this computer, and that's why I'm gonna think you can't really do anything video editing wise. So that would be almost kind of useless for me, despite the price tag, because I like to edit these videos on the road. I have professional client work that I would love to do, So 1.1, 1.2 gigahertz of processing speed isn't anything. So that's not necessarily great off the back. So right then and there, it's this more or less, we'll keep getting into it, but there's a 480p resolution webcam. Why isn't even HD? That's standard definition. That is horrible. Now, once again, a lot of people are saying, well, this is just for FaceTime and everything like that. It is 2015, people. It's even in the title. 2015 MacBook, you should have an HD, if not 720p, because that technology is dying quickly anyway, so, why is it like that? I have no idea, and it's absolutely absurd. Probably one of the biggest things that pisses me off besides the price tag is the fact that it uses the newer USB-C port, which is pretty much going to come to the near future anyway. But by the time the near future comes, it's going to be a different kind of port as it is. But it is using a new USB-C port, and basically to connect any device you have right now into it that isn't USB-C capable, which is practically nothing, you have to buy a $30 to $50 to $60 adapter, all depending where you come, just so you can use your US 3 to 1.1 type devices. So Apple with all these goddamn connectors is absolutely annoying. And the fact that there's still no HDMI slots, you gotta buy another connector, is absolutely terrible. And one of the last things I'm gonna say is that it, once again, they were hinting towards the future, the whole photo app and everything like that, but there's still no hints of that in their newest MacBook. So that is also slightly annoying. So overall, as you kind of guessed from my tone, you kind of see I'm not a fan of this, and I want to be. I do love Apple products, but I'm also a very realistic, smart, and budget-friendly person, and I think that this is not a good option. If you're an Apple head, if you're a gearhead, I don't see the logic of this. It does seem more of like a glorified iPad, and there are a lot of better options out there for under $1,200 starting out that are faster, that can run, you know, maybe Adobe Lightroom, all that kind of stuff. Now for photo editing, I don't think that this will be terrible, but with the rise of megapixels and people using 35 millimeter, you're getting 36 megapixels, and you know, there's a push for 50 megapixel pictures and everything like that, your workflow will be terrible on this computer. Video editing, I'm thinking it's going to be completely useless, but you know, as a web browser and to play games, I guess this would be good for you, but also you're paying a premium for basic features. So I am very disappointed in this. I really wanted to be, you know, totally gung-ho about this, but I think you could just buy a, an 800, a 500, $700 iPad or whatever you want, one of the biggest premium ones, and you're practically getting the same thing. And you can get a Bluetooth keyboard and probably still save $400 to $500. I'm not a fan of this, but I want to know what you guys and girls have to think, because there are a lot of Apple people out there. Once again, I own the iPhones, the iMacs, the iPads, but this I am totally not psyched for. I was excited to hearing it, you know, all the rumors and stuff coming out, but when it became official and everything became released in it, it's not that good. There's a lot of things that really just kind of tick me off in this, and I've noted them. But what do you like? What do you not like about this? Why did you buy this? Why will you not buy this? We're not going into the whole PC debate because it's stupid, and no one really cares if you own PC or Mac. It's just what works for you. So that's the 2015 MacBook Pro. Kind of my first thoughts, my review, my hands-on when I have my friend's MacBook. And that's what I think. It's a glorified iPad that you're paying a premium for. So we'll wait till maybe the 2016 or the 2015 and a half model in 2 weeks to come out. So we'll see. Let me know your thoughts down below. Apple,